Today we're going to be looking at the brand new Nike Free Metcon Threes. It's April 2020 and I'm in quarantine, but I got a new pair of these Metcons and I can't wait to test them and share my thoughts about them with you. I love shoes, and anyone that knows me knows that I believe there is a best shoe for every activity, and training is no exception. Only I like to break it down even further into finding the best shoe for the specific movements that are in the workout. So for example, a great shoe for heavy lifting or body weight movements, a mix of gymnastics and squatting, running, and so on. I decide what shoe I'm gonna wear based on the combination of movements that are in the workout. And the Nike Metcon Frees are my favorite shoes for body weight, gymnastics, and speed-focused exercises. Here are a few of the main things that we're gonna look at today with the new Free Metcon Threes. The outsole, the uppers, the comfortability of the shoe, and the functionality of it. This is what Nike's saying about it. The Nike Metcon 3 combines Nike flexibility around the forefoot with Metcon stability in the heel to help you get the most out of your training session. Nike Free technology in the forefoot creates flexibility for agility and moves and sprints. Rigidity up the sides helps support side-to-side movement. A flat, wide heel creates a stable base when you're lifting. A softer foam core cushions your foot, while a firmer outer layer is durable and supportive. And here's what I have to say about it. Let's talk about the outsole first. The most obvious change in this shoe from the previous generations is the outsole. I mean, it really stands out. The front of the sole, like Nike says, is free foam from the midfoot here all the way to the front with a nice little toe guard in front. Soft and flexible and very comfortable. The heel is wide and stable. One of the first things you notice when you look at these is the heel, because it flares out so much. It's larger and more pronounced than the other generations. It looks like they took the wider base from the Metcon 5s, where they widened out the heel a little bit, just kind of inserted that into the Metcon Frees and ran with it even more. I was skeptical at first of how well it would work, but as soon as I put them on, the first thing I noticed was how stable they are in the heel. And it's even more noticeable when you start adding weight. Your heel is very secure, and I'll talk more about that on the inside of the shoe later. The wider heel translates to more area on the ground and gives you a feeling that's similar to when you're wearing lifters. No, they're not lifters. They're not going to perform the same as lifters, but you know how when you put your foot into a pair of lifters, you feel connected, you feel grounded, for lack of a better word. And I definitely noticed that when I loaded up the barbell. The uppers are made out of incredibly flexible and comfortable mesh. Nike claims that they're also very durable, that the mesh will stand up over time and abuse. I guess we'll see. I think for the most part, the real danger to Metcon Frees in the durability and the uppers of them is during rope climbs. For that reason, I usually use my 5s, in my opinion, the best rope climbing shoe out there. And I just don't really, if there's a workout with rope climbs in it, I usually don't use my Frees. But a friend of mine wears his first generation Frees for rope climbs all the time and has for probably over a year now, and there's no noticeable wear on them at all. And I would have thought that a rope would have completely destroyed the first generations, but it didn't. So, you know, maybe these will surprise me also. You can see that this generation lacks that hard plastic area in the arch of the shoe that is in the first and second generation. And so my guess is that if you started sliding down a rope with that a rope would completely chew that foam up. But I'm not sure yet. You can see the laces are very similar to the first generation. Incredible lacing system. I forget what they call this system. No, it's called something else. You can see allows the shoe to tighten in certain areas around your foot and conform better to your foot so that you get a better fitting to your foot specifically. The shoestrings themselves are actually, they're round and nicer than the original shoestrings from the first generation and also from the Metcon 5s, and so I think people are going to have less problems with their shoes coming untied, which is a pretty big complaint from Nike users. Okay, so like I was talking about earlier, these have a very unique heel. Unlike the first generation, they do not have that plastic heel wrapping around. Instead, you're getting some support from the outsole as it comes up much higher in the back of the shoe material itself. And also there is a padded heel cup on the inside. It makes it incredibly comfortable and adds extra security to your heel and keeps there from being any heel slip. Okay, so I really love this new feature, and I haven't seen this in any other training shoes. I think Ultra has a little bit different material in their functional training shoes, kind of to keep your socks from like slipping down or slipping up, but I haven't seen anything like this yet. It's very targeted and just really kind of wraps over your heel into your Achilles area, and just it feels amazing. You know, the first time that you slipped on a pair of Nano 8s and it just felt like you were just slipping your foot into a neoprene sock or something? It was so comfortable. That's how these feel, only better. The toe box is not wide by any means. In keeping with the other generations, it has a form-fitting front. I personally prefer training shoes that fit my foot well, especially if I'm doing box jumps, shuttle sprints, or anything else like that. I want to feel like my foot is secure in the shoes. Now, if I'm going for something endurance, then yes, of course, I'll go for a bigger toe box and more space. But this is going to follow the somewhat kind of traditional feel of Nike, and they're leaning toward people with narrower feet, it seems. I don't think these are going to be great shoes for running long distances because of the rigidity in the heel, but for short distances, like most of us do in our box, this would be perfect. These would be a killer shoe to do Murph in. I'm about to do Cindy, 20-minute AMRAP, pull-ups, push-ups, and squats, and then later this week I'm going to do the first event of the CrossFit Support Your Box event, which is squats, push-ups, and dumbbell snatches. And I'm definitely going to be wearing these. These new Metcon Frees are going to be a great training shoe for anyone doing CrossFit, or in everyone's case right now, working out at home and wanting incredibly comfortable shoes. They're great for speed, body weight movements, but they're also very stable when you go to grab a heavy barbell. In summary, the Metcon 5s are my favorite training shoe of all time, but I'm very impressed with these. And if you're looking for something on the lighter, softer side of the training shoe spectrum, then you'll definitely need to give these shoes a try. I hope this has helped you guys, and if you have any questions, reach out to me on Instagram, and happy training.